What is up, everybody? Hope all is well. We are back for another day and another video. And I gotta tell you guys something. Yesterday, I had myself a day. Just jumping in here real quickly, guys. Today's video is about yesterday's events. And those events were, I won a morning radio contest. I had my song played on one of the biggest rock stations in Wisconsin. I had contact with two people that I have not had contact with in 25 plus years. And at the end of the day, I was invited to a motorcycle club meeting. This is the story of how all this happened and how it was all linked together. And also how this might encourage you guys to keep chipping away at life. Now, oftentimes when people say they had themselves a day, that means it was a bad day. Right, Eddie? But guess what? I had the opposite problem. Yesterday, I had a freaking great day. Honestly, it was quite amazing. I know, nobody cares about my day, but just hold on a second, guys. Here's the thing, guys. I'm hoping my day yesterday and this story encourages people just to keep chipping away. Because once in a while, we actually win a day in this game called life. And Eddie agrees. Listen. And he is a smart pug. So yes, I actually feel like I won a day yesterday. It's always easy to remember the smackdowns. So when a day pops up like this, you gotta savor it and enjoy it. So, what happened in my day yesterday? Well, let me tell you. I woke up in the morning. A morning just like any other morning. Walked out here in the kitchen. I grabbed my phone. I walked back in the bedroom. And I decided to chill out a little bit longer, and I did some mindless scrolling, like I often do in the morning. Pretty early on in my scrolling, I came upon a post from 105.7 WAPL. That is a big classic rock station here in Wisconsin. I don't see a ton of their posts, but for whatever reason, yesterday's post was on my feed. It is definitely a similar post as I've seen over the years. Kind of a typical morning show kind of post. They were having a contest for people to win tickets. So this post had a question, which they call the dumbass question, and the person that answered it the best would win tickets to this event. But here's the thing, I didn't check to see what the event was. But I did answer the question. The question was, I don't know exactly how it was worded, but describe Wisconsin in 5 words. And I think he had to describe it to incoming tourists or something like that. And all the answers were pretty similar. Packers, brats, beer, stuff like that. Of course, those kind of answers will probably not win the contest. I know over the years, I've definitely answered a few of these questions when I seen them on my Facebook feeds in the morning. I have never won. So again, the question was, describe Wisconsin in 5 words exactly. So my answer was, yeah, sure. Just one more. Wisconsin here, we are kind of known for our drinking culture. But of course, it's just not a Wisconsin thing. People joke about going to the bar and saying, yeah, I'll just have one more. And we all know how that goes. Next thing you know, one more leaves you face down in the gutter somewhere. Anyway, like I said, I've answered those questions before. I usually never win. Go on about my day. Anyway, fast forward about an hour. I'm out on my walking trail, trying to get some miles in, probably listening to something on YouTube, and I went to look at my phone, and there was a message on my Facebook. The Facebook message was from Cutter, who is a morning DJ at WAPL. He messaged me that I won the contest. Mind you, at this point, I didn't even know what tickets I won. I didn't care when I answered a question, so I never bothered to look. So when Cutter messaged me, he said, I won. I need your info, name and address and stuff like that, I believe. But he also said in his message, I like your Montello song. Which I thought, hey, that's pretty cool he said that. I mean, I don't know how he had time to listen to it. I mean, literally, he's running a morning show on a radio station when he messaged me this. So I replied back with the info he needed, said thank you. And I didn't mention anything about the Montello song, but I did mention that him and I used to run into each other back in the day. I played in a band called Downface, and we used to play up in the Green Bay area, Appleton area, parts of Wisconsin, Fox Valley. Well, we played all over the place, but we definitely put some time in up there. And back in the day, like I said, this is probably 25 years ago, he was working as a DJ back then even. Or maybe even back then, even if he wasn't a DJ, he was definitely working for the radio stations in that area, the rock-based radio stations. I think he even promoted a couple of our shows, Downface shows, back in the day. In fact, I got a quick story about Cutter. I'm pretty sure it's him. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was Cutter, but he had booked us for a large tattoo convention up there in Green Bay. I think it was Green Bay. Maybe Appleton. I'm pretty sure it was Green Bay. And Downface, we were doing pretty damn good back then. Definitely drew a crowd and stuff like that. But he kind of promised that there would be thousands of people at this event. So, you know, the band loaded up. We loaded up our gear. I'm sure we brought friends and girlfriends and stuff like that. From here in Montello, it's a 2-hour drive. Anyway, we drove up there. We got to this event and everybody was gone. Like seriously, everybody. Except one person. Cutter. Cutter was still there. Again, I believe it was Cutter. And we traveled all that distance. We had some friends. So we actually set up and we played. And I believe we played for Cutter. And that's it. Besides our friends and girlfriends that came with. Anyway, yesterday, when I replied him back, I mentioned that I played in Downface and that we had run into each other a lot back in the day. Because I figured he wouldn't remember that from just seeing my name. And he replied back again to me something about small world and stuff like that. And that was the end of that conversation. Fast forward again a couple hours. I'm out in the shop working. And I got another Facebook message. Open that up. And I kind of recognize the name. It's just been a while. It took a while for it to sink in. An old guy I went to high school with named Dominic. Again, I haven't heard that name 25 plus years, maybe even more than that. Who knows? It's been a long time. His message was straightforward. He said, "Hey Joe, heard your song on the radio this morning." I'm like, what? Well, that's kind of interesting, I'm thinking. And yes, I'm thinking in my head, did Cutter play Old Montello on WAPL? I mean, that seems kind of odd, but maybe. So I messaged Dominic back. I said, what song on what station? And yes, he replied back, the Montello song on WAPL. So I was like, holy crap, that's freaking awesome. I mean, when you're a musician, one of the coolest things is getting your song played on the radio. Luckily for me, I've been fortunate to experience that a few times in the past, but it's always freaking cool when it happens. A similar story, this happened well over 10 years ago. I wrote a song called Purple Number 4. I was kind of knocking Brett Favre when he joined the Vikings. And I think I sent that song actually out to the radio station. And I woke up one morning and turned on the radio station, JJO, and there my song was playing. So I thought that was kind of neat. But this one is totally different. As for the Montello song, I don't have it released anywhere. The only way they could have played it is if they played it from the YouTube channel. Because the only place I have my Montello song is on YouTube. Anyway, regardless, it made my day hearing that my song was played on one of the biggest rock stations in Wisconsin. Definitely made my day, that's for sure. So there we have it so far. There's more. Hold on, guys. This day ain't over with yet. But I won the radio contest. I had my song played on one of the biggest rock stations in Wisconsin. And not only that, I came into contact with 2 people I haven't had contact with in 25 plus years. Pretty awesome stuff if you think about it. And like I said, the day's not over quite yet. I don't know if this last one is as big of a deal, but I think it's kind of cool. Or it's just an interesting end to the day. But me and my friend Dominic, we kind of continued on with our messages later in the day. Did a little motorcycle talk. Oh, the reason that happened, Dominic, the one that messaged me that he heard my song on the radio, said that he knew Cutter, the DJ from the morning show. He said that they both belong to the same MC club, motorcycle club. So I told Dominic that I would check out the club as I ride motorcycles myself. And sometime early in the evening, messaging back and forth between Dominic and I, he invited me to a motorcycle club meeting. Apparently they have the annual meeting here in the Wisconsin Dells, which is about 30 some miles from where I live. Who knows? Maybe I'll go check it out. I'm not much of a motorcycle club kind of guy. I'm more of a lone wolf type of person when it comes to riding motorcycles. But I'll definitely get out to events here and there once in a while. I just thought it was a cool end of the day that I got invited to the Iron Vikings Motorcycle Club get-together. So yesterday, I won a radio contest. Oh, by the way, the tickets to that radio contest, I don't know if some of you guys are aware of the movie Almost Famous. I'm drawing blanks here of the main actress and the main actor that were in it. I love them both. I actually freaking love that movie, Almost Famous. Apparently there's an event in Green Bay where they play the movie in the Epic Center here. And then afterwards, the guy that helped create the music for this movie is there playing live music. I believe there was a fictitious band in Almost Famous called Stillwater or something like that. So the guy there is the voice of Stillwater from that movie. So I'd imagine he'll play some of those tunes live. And then I guess at the end there's like a Q&A kind of thing. Probably not my gig, so I probably won't go, but we'll see. So that was my day yesterday. I won a radio contest. I had one of my songs played on one of the biggest radio stations here in Wisconsin. I had contact with 2 people I have not had contact with in 25 plus years. And on top of that, I got invited to a motorcycle club meeting. Very freaking interesting day. Believe it or not, this video was harder to make than it looks. Trying to sit here and getting all this down to you guys, so hopefully it turns out okay. In the end, maybe this story encourages you guys to know that you're going to win a couple days here and there. Of course, we're not going to win them all, and that is perfectly fine because that makes the wins taste that much sweeter. That is it, guys. I got stuff to do. I'm sure you do as well, but I got to get the heck out of here. Take care, everybody. We will see you all next time.